So today we are talking about the qualities of a successful events management.
Yes,
planner.
and with that we have a very special guest, the CEO founder of PMCM Events Management, Miss Mice Sandico. Hi, Miss Mice.
How are you?
Hello.
Thank you for joining
Good morning.
us.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
It's nice to be here. I'm so excited.
Yay!
Okay, so
magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
hello, our
Yes.
dear viewers, lalo na
Yes.
sa mga gustong magkaroon ng events management business. Okay, please tune in as
Yep.
we discuss everything, the qualities about being an event manager. Okay, Miss Mice, we said earlier sa intro namin that you are the CEO, founder of PMCM Events.
Yes.
Okay, so what is events management muna, your industry?
Yes.
Yeah, events management is actually an application of a project management up to from small to large scale events. So we have corporate and non-corporate events. When you say corporate, these are the product launchings, press
okay.
conference, expo, seminar, conference, trade fairs, year-end party,
Yes,
awards
wow.
night.
Large scale
Wow.
talaga,
Yes.
no?
So
Ang dami
concert
na.
as also.
Yes.
So pag sinabi mo
Wow.
namang non-corporate, these are the weddings, the birthdays, which I started many years ago.
So you do both.
Right
Corporate,
now, I
non-corporate.
focus more on corporate.
Okay.
Okay. So then let's talk about briefly what is PMCM Events Management.
PMCM Events Management is an event organizing group. It's almost 70 years in operation.
Wow.
Yes, it's our 7th year anniversary next month.
Okay. Happy
You're
early
invited.
Thank you.
So we're celebrating our 7th year next month, and we're doing marketing and PR, product launching, a lot more, and also we're helping our clients to achieve their dream events.
Dream events.
Syempre, we're there to help them
Yeah.
out.
So,
okay.
as mentioned earlier, you do corporate, non-corporate, but you focus more on corporate
Corporate.
events. But aside from those, what specifically are your services po under PMCM?
Okay, so in a nutshell, we are doing events management. So that entails budgeting, scheduling, arranging.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I didn't know that includes
So you really have to communicate well with your client. O ano ba yung budget mo talaga for this particular event? And we're here to help you out, to give you an idea what's a specific event that's fit
for your
for your
company
budget.
or
For
Okay.
your
budget.
company.
So let's say, for example, if I want to avail of your service, I don't have any idea what type of I say we have a product launching.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do we do
Oh.
during product launching?
Is
I
that where you
normally
come
get
in?
that.
Really?
I don't know what to do. it's so syempre, I'm so happy to hear from client. I don't know what to do, but I have budget.
But yun yung importante.
The
daw.
most challenging one is, this is my event, and it's almost impossible, but there's no budget, and therefore our help, we guide the client. So you know this is your budget, so we should do this and that, and get rid of this to fit your budget. So so I normally ask the following questions. So what's the theme? How many attendees?
Okay.
What will be the budget finally? So
Oh,
it all
okay.
ends up with the budget.
Really from square one, no? I
Yeah.
thought that events management are really, well, what we see kasi, as not, as people that not are in the business, what we see is the actual event lang.
Yes.
No? But
Not the planning.
behind those pala is the
Behind those
planning.
are
more
sleepless
headaches.
nights.
Yes. So as the CEO and founder, are you still included in those little nitty-gritty details?
I am. I'm very much
Very
hands-on. Although there are events that I allow my team to really manage it by themselves, and they're doing well because they were already trained. But with big clients, I want to make sure that I'm there from conceptualization, from planning, and to execution, and down to post-event documentation. So I have to be there for them.
So even after the event, there's still planning.
Yes.
There's
After
pre-event planning, there's
sales.
on-site coordination, and also those post-event
Yeah.
management.
Okay, so how is it different from marketing? Kasi ma'am, you mentioned earlier that you also promote the event, di ba? So that's on top of events management service, you also do marketing, or that's
Yes.
really part of it?
Actually, we give them the choices. Do you want us to organize the event lang for you? So we call it professional event management fee.
Okay.
So
okay.
if they want us to promote, to sell tickets, to get sponsors,
Yes.
I think that's one of our
okay.
strengths.
You do
So
that
you,
also.
yeah, you
To
have
minimize
those
their
services.
expenses.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
So you're a really full package.
One-stop
Oh.
shop.
One-stop
Yeah.
shop.
You know, even she also, I saw some pictures, she's also the host sometimes of some of the events.
Granny's stalking me.
Oo nga eh.
Oo.
Pwede po kami mag-host.
Yes,
of course, of
Sa
course.
mga events.
Sure, sure.
Nice, no? Okay. One-stop shop and then very hands-on ka,
I
ma'am.
am.
So what basically is your routine daily? Yung life of
Oh, no.
CEO, founder of PMCM.
See, it's holiday today, but I'm still working.
Yes.
Ito na yun, part na. Guesting.
I work 7 days a week and almost
Wow.
24 hours a day, but I make sure that I make time for my family and with my kids. So I have 2 kids. So as a
Are you
CEO,
saying that because sir is actually
thank you so much. He's very supportive. My husband is very supportive. And I have 2 kids, boy and a girl. And my day is I normally have 2 to 4 meetings in a day.
2 to 4 meetings?
Just imagine.
Average
So
na
I
yun.
have my own whiteboard in my office, and my staff usually
schedule.
They schedule it.
Ah,
And
okay.
I oversee the operation as a whole. I normally wake up in the morning and send tasks to my team of Sarah, this is what you're gonna do. Jen, this is what you're gonna
Wow,
do.
first thing in the morning.
First thing in the
Parang
morning.
daily
Well,
huddle. Guys, this
Oh,
is what we're
no.
doing for
well,
today.
email pa lang yun. So while I'm having my coffee, and then they will tell me, Mom, your meeting is like this and that. So they give me the schedule. And then I oversee the operation. Even if I'm not in the office, I ask them, because there's, oh my God, it's quite easy nowadays. When I was starting, there's no Wi-Fi in my office.
Oh.
I was just
Yeah,
using my
easy
fax
na.
machine. But right now you
Fax
can...
machine.
Oo, email from the
Do we still
phone.
have those? I don't even know how to use
Wow.
I started that way, but right now you can text, you can call,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
email, you can Facebook message.
Yes,
It's
correct.
quite easy nowadays. So
Yes.
I make sure that I give them the tasks on a daily basis, and then at the end of the day, they submit their output, work
Progress
output,
report.
progress
Ganyan.
report.
Okay.
Wow.
So even if I'm not in the office, I know what's going on. And
So sometimes, ma'am, you go straight to your meetings.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't go to the office now, but they report naman
They
through
report
email
naman.
and stuff like that. Thank you to the technology nowadays.
Thank you.
Yes.
Easier to manage. Okay.
Easier.
So how many events do you get, sabihin natin, weekly, ma'am?
In a month, I told Randy earlier, there are 2 to 4 events in a month.
Okay.
Oh.
So, for
So,
events. Parang once a week, no?
Once a week.
Because there's a lot of planning. di ba?
Yes, yes. And especially Burma, starting September to December, there's a lot of corporations looking for events manager to
year-end
manage their year-end, their
parties.
awards night.
General Assembly.
We have one already on December, and we already have events for next year. I was telling
Wow.
Randy earlier that we have a partner who has a 5 events for next year. So
Wow.
God.
Early planning, no?
early planning, I love that.
Yes.
Early
Oo.
planning is really important. And of course, we just finished my dream event, which is the Tectonic.
Yes.
So we're planning another one next year, which will be on June 23, 24 at
next
SMX.
year. So
Bigger hall.
another one. So
Another
it's going to be
one.
tectonic
Yes.
also.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
For those 2 to 4 events, one more question about that. Do you
Sure.
go, do you actually visit the events or minsan hindi na?
Hanggang ngayon, I still visit the event. I assign the team leaders who will be handling the technical, the production, the registration, and sometimes I watch, observe. But back in the days, I really do everything.
Wow.
I only
Technical,
have one. Yeah,
production.
I studied the registration. I also usher guests. I set the day and the time of the speakers. I arrange everything, their topics and everything. Nowadays, sometimes I do relax, like in Tectonic.
Yes.
Nakapag-relax ako. I was able to listen to the speakers because I know that my team are really capable of doing events.
Well-trained, of
as
course.
it
Yes.
is. Yes.
So we learned that you're very hands-on.
Yes.
Communication is important. Always communicating to that team. So we'll learn the next part of today's episode. What are the qualities of being a successful event manager?
Yes.
So stay tuned for the next part of today's episode.
Ma'am, let's go directly to our topic. What are the qualities of being a successful event manager?
Nako, there are so many qualities in order to be a successful events manager, but I'd like to trim down to 3, if I may.
Okay, yes,
Three
sure.
qualities.
So, 3
Take note.
qualities lang. These are the most important qualities. I call it PRH. So, lagi kong sinasabi to sa mga team ko and also my clients and also my friends. PRH is for passion.
Okay.
That R is relationship.
Relationship.
And H, I just added this one from my recent interview. Yung H is humility. Because
okay.
I've learned something for my 7 years of experience in events management. Why passion?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
passion, you have to love what you're doing.
Of course.
You can sabi nga ni Steve Jobs, you can only do great work when you really, really love the things that you do. So, to be an events manager is really very stressful. It's one of the most...
I can imagine.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's one of the most stressful jobs in the world. Just imagine there's no sleep before an event, and you would see a person if he or she is passionate about events management. I could see with my
Yes.
team if that's really for her or him. So you have to be passionate with what you do because it entails a lot of sleepless nights.
Yes.
And you have to be in contact with your clients. You have to be patient. They would see if you are not passionate with what you do.
So what
they would
happens?
feel it.
If someone is not passionate about this
Yes.
industry, what's gonna happen to them?
They will just be burned and
burn out.
break down, and all of a sudden you would realize this is not for me. So if you are an events manager, you have to have the heart and passion to understand the people around you and also
For that
to
kind of
love the clients, no
Yes.
matter how difficult they are.
Miss Mice,
okay.
given that, okay, how can you say that you're passionate about it? Parang since bata ka ba? What's your background? How did you actually discover that you like events management?
Okay, that's a good question because
I just needed to ask. I'm very curious.
parang ano parang time machine. So when I was grade 3,
Grade 3.
so because my birthday is September 11, it's the birthday of our past president, Ferdinand Marcos.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
I didn't know
always
that.
a holiday.
Yes.
So napo-force ako mag-organize ng sarili kong party.
Okay.
So I remember I would invite my friends and go to my house and arrange everything by myself. And also in our community, way back with my friends in elementary and high school, we would raise funds by selling tickets just to organize a party.
Oh. Okay.
And also on my birthday, while I was in Dubai as a senior marketing assistant for an events booth installation project or business, I was exposed to a lot of big events.
okay.
So doon ko nakuha yung mga ideas. So when I came back here
the
in
work
Manila,
ethic, no?
yeah, so I decided to really put up my events management.
Your own.
Pinilit ko yung aking husband
Yes.
because we started with water and laundry business.
Okay.
I really
Gusto niyo talaga,
convinced him
sabi
to
mo.
have my own events management company. So,
Yes.
it's really there. Mula nung bata pa ako.
Wow. Then you can see the passion, even what you're doing now.
Correct. So with that, for the number one factor or quality, passion, you really loved it since you were 8, grade 3, or organizing your own birthday
Nakalculate mo agad yung
party.
age.
Opo. Plus, ma'am, the fact that you actually had experience also,
Yes.
professional
Yes.
experience, because you worked in an events
Dubai.
company first before you put up your own.
Yes.
Okay, so what's our next?
Letter
Raj?
R was relationship.
Yes.
So
Relationship. It's very important because you don't work mechanically. So whenever we work with a client, we ask them what are their plans, what are their dreams of having their parang dream event. So what are the things that they would like to do in order for us to facilitate or implement their dream event?
Yes.
So we need to have a continuous communication with the client. You have to understand them, their
Yes.
point of view, and you also have to parang the ability to convey your message that this is perfect for your event. So continuous communication is really important, and therefore you establish a good relationship with them.
Okay.
And the
Yes.
most rewarding part, when they're happy with you, they will refer you to another
Yes,
client.
that's
ganun talaga
right.
na word of
Yes.
mouth. Okay, question ko then, ma'am, sa relationship. How do you maintain still a good relationship kapag may irate clients? Or, and also,
yes.
Randy, di ba, may mga indecisive na clients. Like, for
Oo.
example,
There are
wag na lang pala yan, ganito na lang,
Yes.
change last minute.
Pabago-bago.
Yeah, so how do you maintain that?
We have to be very patient.
Okay,
That
on the
one
relationship,
quality
patience.
Patience is really important.
Yes.
Patience and understanding, and we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the client. We have to understand where they're coming from.
Very
But
understanding.
we
Very
have to be
considerate.
quick and transparent and be realistic as well to tell them that this is impossible.
Yes.
Yes.
And therefore, we will help them decide.
Yeah, sometimes you need to ground them just a little
Oh,
bit. Their heads are in the clouds. They have this dream. Right? Like, that's great, but let's be realistic.
Yes.
Let's be realistic.
We have 2 days before the
Oh,
event.
ganun.
Parang ganun.
Okay.
Let's mention or explain the third one sa last episode na lang.
Yes.
siguro natin.
Okay, so we've learned that you have to be passionate
Yes.
and you have to have good relationship, to have the people skills to effectively communicate with your clients.
Correct. And under passion, dapat, alam mo na since at a young age, you already like that.
Yes.
Diba? And then you also have to beef that up with experience, professional experience. And then on the relationship also runs yung patience.
Yes.
So for you to maintain a good relationship with your client, just be more patient with them.
course.
And for the third one,
Letter H, humility. So-
Humility, I think this is one quality that we tend to overlook if we think that we know a lot of things
Yes.
already. So we think that we know a lot of things, therefore we don't need help. So I think events management is more of collaboration and partnership, and humility is, for me, is willing to learn every day by observing from your mentors, by asking advices. So kahit na 7 years ng PMCM Events Management, I also attend seminars to improve myself.
okay.
I also attend expos to know more people. It's all about networking. We have to be humble enough also
Yes.
to say sorry when we commit mistakes, because sometimes I say sorry also to my teammates if I know that I said
very-
something
Yeah.
not nice, and also I say
very humble,
sorry
yeah.
to my clients if I sometimes step over them or beyond. I do things beyond their expectations. Now, why did you do this? Because I think this is best, but I could have consulted you first. So, mga ganun. So we have to be humble enough to learn every day by observation, by listening more, because sometimes there's a lot of CEOs na they feel that they are very superior,
Yes.
and they
Yes.
know a lot of things.
Yes. But like you do, it's a
no,
constant
it's
learning
always
process.
a learning process every day.
Always trying to improve your craft,
Yes.
improve your relationship, to give people the dream event that they're looking
Yes,
for.
yes.
what a great advice, and to what great words to close this
Yes.
episode. No, again, to be humble, to have that quality humility. You have to willing to be to learn, willing to
Yes.
learn,
To
continuous,
listen.
and to say sorry.
To say sorry.
It's actually very difficult, diba? Lalo na if you're the boss.
Yes.
But for Miss Mice, diba, it's very
We have
important
to eat
you
our
say
pride
sorry.
and
Correct.
tama.
arrogance.
Yeah. So for a lot of our viewers, they are interested in joining the industry, so they've learned the traits that they should have. But what's some words of advice that you can give them for those who just
Young
want to start off?
entrepreneurs.
Yes, those young entrepreneurs.
Okay, I'm not saying that events management is really hard. It's a very stressful one, because me, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. So what I'm saying is that if it's really for you, it's really
Yes.
for you. So try to join events, go to expos, to trade fairs, observe, and ask also. You can interview CEOs of events management companies to learn, because when you are when you have this business, this kind of business, which is very stressful. For me, I love it because I enjoy it. You have to really love it and enjoy it.
Yes.
You have to be into it, daily routine, or else you would really give up. So learn from the best of the best. Try to observe, attend seminars, get advices from mentors also. So
good. Some words of advice for our
Very good tip.
aspiring events management people.
Yes.
yes.
And for us aspiring entrepreneurs, I think it also applies not only to those who wants to enter the events management industry. Of course, yung interview talaga and ask
Yes.
and observe and explore.
Ask
right?
questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what if
Universal
some of our
advice.
viewers that may be interested in availing of your services? Can they get into contact with you
Sure.
or with PMCM?
I'd be happy. You can visit our website, www.pmcm-events.com, or you can email us at pmcm.events@gmail.com. You can also send a text or call 0995-281-3320.
Okay, I hope you got that. Pwede
Yes.
naman i-replay.
Oh, nga,
Post
pause.
lang naman siya.
Oo.
Okay,
Yes.
I think we have some comments. Let's read this before we thank our sponsors. Rudy Chico watching from Toronto, Canada. Hello po, Mr.
Hello.
Rudy. Ben Jessilio
Rudy.
Cabench. Hello, thank you for watching. And also
Ruth
supporting
Boy
Daily Insight.
Marquez watching from Linköping, Sweden.
Yay, all the way
I just
from
came
Sweden.
back from Sweden.
Hi! All the way
Oh,
from
God.
Sweden. For, sa international viewers, we hope, and of course, kahit local, we hope that everyone learned a lot from today's episode.
Yes, let's thank our sponsors
Yes.
to the Arena Weekend Market. Visit us every Saturday and Sunday for fitness and fun.
Yeah, and Vandara Thai Facial Spa, thank you so much, Ara. And of course, the Rhea Clothing for my dress. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we hope that you enjoyed this episode. These are mornings filled with meaningful business talk.
Giving you useful advice on how to win at your career.
I am Randy Bernardino.
And I am Mayan Manzano, and this is
Daily Insight.